everyone, my name is Kaikun6 and I'm here to do another episode of Playlist Stories. Yes, I know I was gonna actually do like a crafting video or something else. I just didn't know what I was gonna actually do this week. I thought I was gonna do another unboxing, but like I said, a lot of things have been popping up for me like this entire week. Honestly, I felt like today is just like my only day off because I have been helping with a friend of mine, which I will explain in the end of the video what's been going on. So all I know is I'm not doing really well mentally, and I have resorted to writing again and trying to like basically clear my head so that way this friend will not affect me. And I have been posting up on my personal Facebook like what's been going on there. So if you haven't followed on that, I'll explain it in the end of the video. So yeah, so I'm here to do another episode of Playlist Stories, and this one is a little bit different like when I thought, because from the title of the story from this video is Rollin by Limp Bizkit. It don't matter if it's like the air raid vehicle edition one or the other one that I keep forgetting the name of that one. I'm sorry. It's just my brain has been rattled throughout this whole week, but I just remember the song Rollin just came out of nowhere on my playlist, and I was just like, immediately this memory popped up, and I have explained it on my personal Facebook that it reminds me of a certain person, and I'm about to talk about that today. So anyway, so like this song Rollin, right, by Limp Bizkit, of course, just like any other Gen Xers and millennials that have listened to the song, like they've listened to it like religiously, like almost I have when I was a child, and like it became like a wide known song, right, like from basically almost the entire world that's ever heard of the song. And of course there are haters for it, there are lovers for it, and it's just somewhere in the silver lining or in the gray area, right? So anyway, so like when I first heard of this song, like not really that many memories popped up connected to this, because I know this song has been around for so long, but it has not, like, you know, not had a memory attached to the song up until I want to say back in 2018 or 2019, I want to say. Like what happened was, when I first moved to Texas, which was like around May 2018, I ended up trying to apply for a job, and I ended up working for Amazon in Garland, Texas. And from there, I've made a lot of good friends and coworkers there. They're very nice. Like, I still have those coworkers of mine, like, still as friends on my own personal Facebook as of today. And so, once in a while, I'll see their stuff on there, I'll react to it, or if not, I'll comment on there, and then just, like, you know, catch up with them and stuff like that, because I honestly don't know what's been going on after I quit Amazon, like, maybe a year or so later, to be honest, because I know I haven't, like, worked in a while and stuff like that, because I felt like my mental health was actually declining back in that time. And it was only because I was living with my brother-in-law at the time, and now that he's doing better things now for himself, I felt like it has gotten a lot better. And then of course stuff keeps popping up where it was just like, you know, taking a toll. And so yeah, so anyway, so during this time that I have been working at Amazon, it felt like it was like really interesting, because like I met these wonderful people that I called my friends and ex-coworkers and stuff like that, and honestly I just made like really good memories with them, and it was really nice, because like I've had coworkers that were friends and before in the past, but they were not like, you know, these coworkers, right? And even though it was a short amount of time I've worked with them, but they were still the loveliest people I have ever met. And honestly, like, I hope they're doing better, you know? I always hope that they're doing better. So, yeah. So, one of these coworkers, I do not want to name names, because I found out that some of my coworkers actually have seen my videos. So, I want to give them a nickname. And the only one I could actually think of was Light. Like, I'm going to go with that nickname. So, Light. He, like, it's a he, and he first showed up to Amazon like maybe a few months after I got hired, and he's like really cool. I felt like he like he almost became like my best friend, right? And so I'm not sure I've ever talked about this person before in a previous video or not, but I felt like whenever I do mention people on this video, usually I'm not that very clear on who they are, or if not, I've already explained this already to like other friends. So anyway, Light, he I don't know, he was like a very interesting person, that's all I can say. At first things were really cool from there. We were like really good friends, and like he's told me about like, you know, how he has daughters, and they're like, him and his wife are trying to do like they're trying to get a boy, and apparently that never happened because after 5 girls, you know, or I don't remember how much he had or something, but I just know he had like a lot of daughters, and that they decided to, you know, not try for another kid anymore. And so I was like, cool. But during this the journey of me being on Amazon, I was trying to get to know Light, and I felt like he was really, you know, kind of like really cool because he's had, you know, like other co-workers as friends. Like, of course, he has his online buddies and this and that. So anyway, but he has told me before that I was like a little bit more different than he thought I was going to be, and I just said, what do you mean? And so he mentioned like a lot of his like friends that are girls, like, or women, they're like you know, they're a little bit different and stuff like that. And I just said, well, like, what makes me different is what makes me different. And so I kept telling him the reason is because I'm not from around here. I told him I'm from California, and he's like, really? I'm like, yeah. I was like, have you not noticed my accent or something? Like, excuse me, I'm just playing with my hair. It's a little bit messy today. After this, after I'm done recording this video, I'm taking a shower, and I need one after what I've dealt with since Monday. So, so Light and I, we became really close after that. We were kind of like talking to each other as if like we were like already like best friends and stuff. And I don't know, it felt really nice because like whenever he came in from his shift and he needed like somebody to just help either scan boxes or just get them off the assembly line for them to be scanned or something, like he was my go-to guy, and then I was like his go-to, you know, girl basically. And so whenever we were hanging out and stuff, of course, rumors surfaced, and a lot of it was like from other coworkers, which was really funny because once I found out who was spreading the rumors about it, it was just like, oh wow, like I can't really fault him on that because I would do the same thing, right? So once I heard rumors that supposedly like him and I, we were kind of like dating, I said that's not true. Like, him and I are just friends, and a lot of my coworkers know that I am engaged, or I was engaged at the time. But they were like, yeah, but you know, people are, they like to, you know, not be faithful and this and that. And I was just like, oh, well, that's not me. Like, I don't know if he is or not, but once I got to know him, he's very faithful to his wife, which I'm very happy about. And so I don't know, just after a while, we were just like talking and stuff like that. Somebody else got caught attention, I guess, from like our friendship, and of course it's another guy. And because naturally, I guess ever since like I was little, like I've always had guy friends, and like once they hear me speak a certain way, it's like they catch their attention, and then they immediately want to be best friends with me, right? And so I've always had that. So Light just became like kind of like the, I guess like kind of like almost the main guy best friend that I made at work and stuff like that. So like whenever I wanted to talk to somebody, he was always there. And then when he wanted to talk to somebody, I was there too. And that caught someone else's attention, which I will talk about him in another episode or so, hopefully. But yeah, so Light was let's just say he was just an interesting character, that's all. Like, he liked playing a lot of online games, like he liked certain stuff. And then one day he heard me play like my playlist on my phone because I was playing it out loud while I was helping out in an assembly line. And plus, once they had me scan boxes, that was when it was like on from there. His mutual taste in music, even though he does like some other bands that I don't like, which is fine. But he told me he likes Limp Bizkit, and then like Rolling is actually his favorite song. And I was just like, oh really, that's really interesting, because like Build a Bridge is actually my favorite song. And then he was just like, really? And I said, yeah, like, have you heard that song? He's like, no, I never did. And so I felt like, well, I don't know if you like it or not, because it's not like your typical vocals that you're used to from Fred Durst. And it's like, oh, okay, well then I'm gonna see if I can listen to it. So one day, I think I played that song, like it just came out of nowhere on my playlist, right? And so he heard it while I was scanning boxes, and he was handing me the boxes to scan and stuff like that off the assembly line. And he was just like, you like this song? Like, this is a little bit depressing. I said, it became my favorite song ever since I was a kid. And so he was just like, I wonder why. And so I was just like, I don't know. I always felt attuned to the song. So anyway, so he told me, well, my favorite song is just Rolling. And I just said, I know, like a lot of people that has listened to Limp Bizkit for years and years, like they have always said that song is their favorite. It's either Breaking Stuff, and then Boiler, and some other songs, right? My brain is kind of scrambled right now. I was trying to think of like other song titles that kind of like very popular, but yet like not many people has listened to it and stuff. And so anyway, so like he would tell me about the song, and then how he likes it. And then from there on, I felt like we became like Facebook friends, and it went from there. I remember he'll send me memes of Limp Bizkit, like my friend V does now, and all that stuff. So it was just really funny. I don't know, it was just really, really funny. And he'll send me like really weird memes, and then I'll be sharing some weird stuff on my Facebook, and then he'll be like, oh my god, like what is this, like why, like what are you doing to me, man? Like you're making me like laugh and choking at the same time. And I was just like, hey, this is my sense of humor, like, and it always has been. And he's just like, yeah, I think we're gonna be really great friends, right? And so yeah, it was really funny, right? And then after a while, we were kind of like we were still co-workers, and then we were still friends. And then something happened along the way where it kind of like became, now we're not like no longer friends, we became co-workers because of another certain person. So I'm not gonna mention any names, but I will explain that in a future video and stuff like that. So after all that nonsense, he just decided like, well, let's just chill for the meantime. I mean, like, we're still gonna talk to each other and this and that, but like I am going to just keep my distance. And I was just like, that's fine by me. Like, we don't want to let this person ruin our friendship, right? And so I think after I quit Amazon, that was when like I felt like our friendship started deteriorating a little bit. And so Light and I, we resorted to just Facebook messages to like talk to each other, or if not, we do comment on each other's just posts on Facebook and this and that. But once in a while, like I think I went into like that era of I think it was like Final Fantasy 14 or something like that. Like my friend Choji and then my friend Jaws invited me to play this game along with their friend Luffy, and so we were playing and this and that. And I think like after a while I stopped playing because I just really got busy, and plus my PS4 don't work anymore, so I gotta go save up the money to get a PS5 or something else. So anyway, so I told this to my friend Light, and he was just like, no problem and this and that. But like the time kind of like a few days before my PS4 stopped working, I was on Final Fantasy 14 for a little bit, and he found me online, and he was talking to me for a little bit, saying like, hey, how's it going, this and that. And I just said, pretty good. And then he was like, you know what, I want to invite you to my world. And so he invited me to his server area, whatever you want to call it. And so he was like helping me out for a little bit, and then he was like, oh, I could see you're at level 35. And I was just like, yeah, like I haven't bought the subscription for it or anything like that, so I haven't like really leveled up that much. And that was like the minimum at the time, and I think it still is, I'm not sure. It's been a while since I played that game. And so So my friend was like, oh, I'm gonna help you get some stuff, so then once you do get the subscription, it'll level you up like really fast. And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. And so like he was helping me out with some dungeons and I think a few quests, and then eventually I had to call it quits because I was getting tired. And so we kind of talked from there, and like a little bit before I did log off. And then just after that, kind of like we went back to like Facebook. And then after that, I don't know what happened, but I think he deleted his Facebook account or something. I'm not really sure, because like after a while I could not see his stuff anymore. And then when I tried to actually find him on my Facebook, like it's like his account never existed. The only one that does exist is his wife's, and I do follow one of her, like I think her main page on there. And she does like really cute craft items to sell and stuff like that, including like little, you know, basket balloons and this and that. So I was like, I'm following her, and but I never like want to message her directly and be like, hey, what's going on with, you know, with your husband? Is he okay? And this and that. So I bet what happened was maybe like Facebook got a hold of him really badly, or it was just not working out for him, or maybe he just got busy and all that, because I think not that long after I quit, a lot of people started quitting also. And the last time I've ever like really spoken to him, he said that he went back to like his full-time job, which was, I don't remember, it was construction or something. I don't know. It has just been a long time. And so like after that, I just felt like, okay, well then I guess that friendship went away or something. Like, I don't know. If he ever wants to reach out to me and stuff like that, I'm always still going to be on Facebook. So yeah, anyway. It was just like a very interesting friendship, you know, like it was just like such a short-lived friendship, but it was still one of the best ones I've ever made, especially for coworkers. And I don't know, he was just really cool, because I felt like a lot of people I've known over the years, they're not as diehard fans of Limp Bizkit like I am. And he's always told me like, oh, I'm always gonna like Limp Bizkit. And so he was kind of like the first friend in Texas that I made that like loves it as much as I do. And so we had like that bond, you know, kind of like, oh, like, you like this band? Cool. I want to like listen to songs together. And we did. We'd actually like listened to a few songs together. And he's like, oh, I know this one. And I'd be like, yeah, I like it from this album, this and that. And so it felt really nice. And maybe that's why there were some rumors circulating about me, like me dating him or something. And I was just like, that's not true. We were just really good friends that just likes Limp Bizkit. That's it. And I don't think I'm ever going to find another friend like that unless I actually go to concerts or something, just to like make new friends off of there. Or if not, I do follow a new metal page band on Facebook that I have made friends on there too. And they love Limp Bizkit as much as I do, or if not more. And like they've been around way longer than I've ever started to like the band. And so a lot of these like older fans, they always tell me like really cool, interesting facts about them, and I'm just like, that's fucking amazing, you know. And like, I don't know, it's just really cool. And so I don't know, I just thought it was just really cool. And so, and because of that, I felt like, what if I went to that Limp Bizkit concert that's coming up? Because I think it's next week on the 13th, and it's going to be over there in Dallas, and I do want to go see them live before, you know, like maybe that will be their last, well, even though I know they never said that's not going to be their last concert or something before they retire or something, but I always had that feeling like they might like make like this surprise announcement saying like, oh yeah, this tour is going to be the last thing that we're going to do for a while until they go on hiatus, or they're working on a different album or something like that. Who knows? But yeah. So I am hoping to see if I can go see Limp Bizkit next week, because I really, really want to go see them live. I've always said myself that as a kid, I've always wanted to see them live, and I missed out on the opportunity when they were in LA years ago, and then in Ontario also years ago. And so I want to see them here in Dallas. So hopefully I'll be able to. So yeah. So that would be the end of the memory of this video. Now I can go on to like a little bit of a rant, or just saying that, you know, like what has my week been going so far. all I know is just today I'm just glad I have a day off. Like, I felt like I was able to, de-stress myself, actually enjoying watching YouTube videos, to not just do like a quick de-stress routine and then that'll be it. No, like, I've actually been enjoying it. So what happened was, like, I told you about my friend before, and I have said their name before on here, but due to, private reasons and stuff like that, I'm not going to mention any names anymore. But a lot of people know who this person is. So yeah. And all I'm going to say is, like, she and all that stuff, like her pronouns. So this friend, like, has asked me to help her for a little bit, and, like, out of the kindness of my heart, I have been. But I feel like it's been, like, it's like she's now been using me too much, like, a lot. And so I told myself, like, after she gets out of the hospital sometime this week or something, and it has to be before the 13th, and so that way I'll like, after that I'm just not gonna help her anymore, because she really did took a toll on my mental health. And, like, it was just mainly, like, a lot of stuff that she has said that really bothered me. And so I was just like, I know she's not, like, social because she does live by herself and this and that, but still, it doesn't give her a reason to be really rude and this and that, even when somebody is helping her, even from the kindness of their heart. So I thought about it for a while, and actually, like, discussing about it with my husband. And so they did she did offer me, like, kind of like a voucher to help her out, to help her with, like, light housework and this and that. And I think I was supposed to only show up, like, the first 2 weeks of her recuperation after her surgery, once she gets home and this and that. But I felt like if she mistreated me the way that she did while I was taking her or was with her to set appointments to a lot of places, I feel like it's going to get a lot worse once she is comfortable in her own home. And then maybe she'll just criticize, like, the way I cook, the way I clean, and this and that, because I know every single person out there has a certain way of cooking and cleaning and how they keep things around their own homes. But I felt like I don't know her well enough, or she don't know me well enough, where it might be the same thing, right? So I felt like, out of, like, the kindness of my heart, I am going to back away and not help her anymore because of her rudeness and this and that. And so after she gets out of the hospital, once I come and pick her up, hopefully soon, I'm just gonna tell her that I'm not interested in helping her anymore. She's gonna have to find somebody else to help her, and I'm just gonna concentrate on myself, because I have turned into a very bitter person for these past couple weeks because of her. And I felt like that's enough for me. Like, she can go bother somebody else. She has her neighbors, she has other friends from her church and other places that they need to, help her out. Like, I don't know. I felt like maybe I'm not mentally strong enough for her or something, because she is an independent woman and this and that. But still, it's just, there's just so much rudeness that a person can take. And once they're at their boiling point, that's it. And I felt like I've already reached mine. So yeah. So anyway, that has been my week so far. Like, I had to deal with her for the past couple of weeks. And I felt like I had enough, because from yesterday and on Monday and Tuesday also, I've been seeing her those days, because she had an appointment on Monday. Tuesday was I think like a checkup somewhere, and that was a last minute checkup. So already that was strike 2 for me. And then strike 3 was telling me at what time was going to be her appointment for yesterday for her surgery, and it was way too early for me. And so I felt like that was strike 3, because, like, usually around that time I'm getting ready to kind of like wake up for my day and basically, like, just enjoy what little time I have with my husband before he goes to work, and then I'll enjoy more time once I get home, right? So that way I could have, like, supper with him and then spend time with him and this and that before we go to sleep. And so even my own husband was just like, that is way too early, you need to cut this off immediately. And I was just like, I will, because this is ridiculous, because I know she scheduled the earliest that she could, But even then, I had to wait in the waiting room since noon, and I've only ever had a little bit of breakfast and this and that. And I know she offered me money to go get something in the cafeteria once it opened, so that way I could wait for her longer, because I was like her only friend slash family member that doctors needed to talk to, just in case my friend needed to go home or this and that, because they had to explain to me everything, the process there at that hospital. And even then I was just like, sure, I don't mind. But then after, seeing her, which I was really blessed about, to see that, she's doing well, this and that. But it still sucks for her that she has to wait for an available room to be open, because that hospital is full of people. Like, they're either sick or they're just came out of surgery and they just lucky they just got a room. And after all that, talking to her, and then felt like, okay, well then, even with people around, she was still kind of rude. And so I felt like, okay, maybe she was only rude because we were by ourselves, this and that. No, she was even ruder when there was people around. So I was just like, yeah, that's definitely already like strike 3 and 4. That was kind of like all in one. And so I just felt like, you know what? I'm done. So for the people that know this person that like are the friends, don't worry about it. Like, I will handle it myself. I'm gonna go talk to my friend once she gets out of the hospital and in safely in her own house. So that way I would tell her, like, I am not interested in the voucher no more. That amount of money is not worth my mental health. So I'm gonna pull out, and I hope somebody else can help her, because I just can't do it. And plus, like, after like me dealing with her and this and that, I felt like it was just too much on my toll. And then plus I lacked in chores. Like, I didn't even like had enough energy to do like laundry, this and that. I had to like really push myself to do laundry and keep this house clean, because it hasn't been cleaned for a little bit. And it felt really nice that, like, okay, now I have a day off. I actually like did a lot of chores today, and it felt so nice to do it. And so I felt like, yeah, this was something that I'm not gonna let her take from me anymore. So yeah. So anyway, I am going to end the video there now. I just wanted to explain my situation on here, what was been going on, and I'm hoping for next week to be a little bit better. Maybe after, if I go to that Limp Bizkit concert in Dallas on the 13th of this month, maybe after that I will be really okay, because maybe I just need a break from everything, and which I have been trying to do. So that's why I kind of like resorted to writing and watching YouTube videos, or even listening to music while I'm writing. So either way, it's just writing was my main purpose for de-stressing, and that helped. And so I felt like I'm going to be doing that for the rest of the week, and maybe for a while, until I guess my mental health goes back. So yeah. So anyway, I'm going to go end that video there. So I'm going to go do something about these storage containers that I have gotten from Costco. Like, I'll just show you guys. They're just like, yeah, I have a mess, so just ignore that mess. So yeah. I need to fill them up with like Halloween decorations and some other stuff, or if not, some stuff that I need to store away that the holidays have passed. So yeah, so I don't know why my camera is now crooked. It's kind of weird. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go end it there, and I am going to de-stress, and then I'm gonna eat lunch hopefully, and do whatever I can to prepare myself for this entire week and the next week. So yeah, so hopefully you guys have a lovely day and a lovely week, and I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully I'll be able to craft something, or if not, it's going to be another shopping haul video or something else, but we will have to see. And look out for some shorts that I will be doing, because I did want to do some shorts of some stickers that I have gotten on AliExpress before, and some other stuff that I have done, like I wanted to do like reviews on probably. So we will see. So yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna go now. All right, bye everyone.